guys, it's Danielle here from DKW Styling. We are here in Laguna Beach, California at my salon right here. And I actually want to invite you into my salon today, and I am going to share some of my hair secrets. It's the end of the day today, so there are no clients in there, and I just want to have a little hair talk with you guys. So come on in, let's get started. So welcome to my salon here. Come on in, don't be shy. So here we are at my salon, and I specialize in hair extensions on a method that I created called Natural Beaded Row hair extensions. You may have heard, what is NBR? What are these new extensions? Well, it's a method of extensions that I created based on my experience of basically doing everything on the marketplace and trying to find the best solution for my fine hair. About 5 years ago, I decided to create a brand for myself, which I called DKW Styling. It is also the name of my salon, and the brand NBR, or Natural Beaded Rows, which is the hair extension method that I currently educate women all over the world on and offer to kind of an upscale clientele here at my salon in Laguna Beach, California. Okay, so I'm gonna show you some of my hair secrets. We're actually just gonna dive into my hair drawer. So come on over. This is one of my many hair drawers. I wanna kind of show you guys some of the hair I use and talk a little bit about it. So let's find a bag here. Here's some hair. For me, with extensions, one of the biggest problems with all the other methods that I had tried is that there was just too many points of contact in the hair, which creates more damage. One of the other biggest things, or the biggest problems with hair extensions, was anything with glue or tape or stickiness was just a nightmare to remove. I wanted nice full extensions. I wanted to be able to pull my hair up. I didn't want to have to worry about teasing my hair, and I just wanted the most natural looking extensions for my own personal hair as well as my clients. About 10 years ago, I came across this hair, and it's called hand-tied hair. And I want to show you guys this because this is probably one of the biggest secrets to NBR. What I do is I take this hair, right? See how fine and thin it is? And I sew multiple pieces of hair onto one track. When you do this, you're thinking, oh my gosh, that's so much hair. But the beads are not, these are different from other beaded row extension methods because it's not just hair, my hair and this hair beaded together. It's hair sewn together and then sewn onto a track with beads. You can get the most amount of fullness with the least amount of contacts in the hair. Typically the hair I use is hand-tied boheme hair, and I typically will sew 6 to 7 pieces on each row. So I end up sewing about 1.5 bags of hair onto each client, and it gives them a really nice full result with probably only about 30 points of contact. I would say each row has about 15 beads on it. Now that's just one of the many secrets of Natural Beaded Rows. It really comes down to, with all good hair extensions, it kind of comes down to your ability to cut and color the hair as well. So come on in, I'm going to share some more of my story. Okay guys, so one of my many secrets is of course the hair and how flat it lays to the head. But like I said before, cutting and coloring plays a huge role in extensions blending. One of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to extensions is when somebody takes a blonde track of hair, and they'll put it in somebody who's not quite as blonde, and it's like, oh, it's ombre. That doesn't work. I personally have kind of shorter layers on top of my head. I have like this ongoing mullet and my hair just doesn't grow very well. And I notice with clients that have finer hair or shorter layers that you have zero forgiveness with the color, meaning if the color is just slightly off, it's a dead giveaway that they have extensions. Every time a client comes into my salon and sits in my chair, I look at both the extension hair and their hair as one instead of treating them as two separate things. In my personal opinion, you shouldn't have somebody doing the extensions and somebody doing the color. It should be one stylist doing all of it in order to get that seamless blend. When I train women around the world and around the country, this is one thing that is important that I educate them on, is a seamless blend. And not only that, with fine hair clients, you don't want it to just look good in the before and after. You want them to be able to, when the wind blows a little bit, that you're not worried, oh my God, is my weave hanging out? So these are all, you know, key components in getting that perfect blend. A big thing for me to become a better stylist was starting to take photos of my work. Now I know social media is huge and everyone has their hair Instagram account. If you don't have a hair Instagram account, get one. I feel like that is kind of your new business card in order to show clients your work. But it really helped me to become a better stylist to just pick up a basic camera, something a little bit better than an iPhone, and start playing around with it and start paying attention to the detail in my own work. And it kind of, when I started taking pictures of my work, I wouldn't let things slide. You know, if the color wasn't perfect or things didn't look right, I'm like, okay, I work with 2 or 3 assistants at my salon at a time, and I'm like, hey you guys, I'm not happy with this line, I'm not happy with this blend, and we redo it until we get it right, because I know that I'm gonna notice in my good camera. In an iPhone, you might not notice. So I can promise you guys as a stylist, put down the iPhone and pick up a good camera. Start playing around with it. I know that it can be a little bit intimidating at first because there's so many different buttons. But this is a really good basic camera. This is the what is this? It's the Canon Rebel T5i. It also does a little bit of video, which is nice. And then I am always playing around with different lenses. This is a 35mm lens. A 50mm lens is super important. But it's so funny when I educate women and they say, well, what everyone wants to know. And when I go to other hair classes, they always say, well, what camera are you using? I hate to be the one to tell you this, but it's not the camera, it's the person behind the lens. So it just takes experience and playing around. I always tell people, you know, my students that come down, kind of find your go-to spot in the salon. Find out where the lighting's good, find out what setting's good. You can kind of go in and set your settings to your camera so that you have an ideal situation. The other thing too is you have to shoot in manual. If you're a hairstylist and you know nothing about photography and you're like, what's manual? It's the little M on your camera here. Shoot in manual and play around with your ISO. If you can just learn those 2 things, like game over, okay? When I start to follow people's Instagram accounts, it's really the photos that are like the icing on the cake that I'm like, oh God, they're so good. I would encourage you to invest in a good camera. I feel like the hardest thing as an artist is you do this beautiful work and then you take a photo and the lighting or something's off and it just doesn't showcase how good it really is. So video and photo, and really look at it as marketing. It's an investment, but you need to work on your marketing if you're looking to further your career. Okay guys, so those were a couple tips that I wanted to share with you stylists out there that are following me. Remember, I offer classes monthly here in Laguna Beach, California. So if you want more information on natural beaded row hair extensions, or you want to learn color or marketing skills or business, and you just want more, don't forget to subscribe and join me and many other stylists here in Laguna Beach, California for some of my education that I offer monthly. All right, you guys, see you next Tuesday. Every Tuesday I share a hair tip of the week, and every Friday I share a fashion tip of the week on my blog. All right, you guys, we'll see you next time here at my salon. So you've seen a little bit of the process. Now come experience the process. All you need to do is click the link below. That's gonna take you directly to my blog, where you can go to my contact page and reach out to me. Whether you're a curious student or you're just another girl that loves hair, either way, don't be shy. Make sure to click on the link below.